Hello everyone, and welcome back to another manga chapter review. I am the Rat, and this is the Rat's Nest. I'm joined as always by Kyle and Trevor. Say hi, Kyle and Trevor.
Hello, everyone.
Howdy.
Today, we are very fashionably on time, talking about the JOJOLands chapter 6. Do we have the chapter title? Do we have the chapter? Is there a chapter title?
Jungle Warfare Part 1.
Jungle Warfare Part 1. Is that the name of the stand, you guys think? Jungle Warfare?
It could be. I mean, that's usually, in the past, that's usually, like, I'll admit, like, kinda simplistic, but, like, it's usually how he names his, like, stand arcs of, like, it's just the name of the enemy stand.
Yeah, but, like, also, like, half the time that was not the case in JOJOLands. So it probably will not be the name of the stand. Just like, you know, how, like, Blue Lagoon, Blue Hawaii, like that kind of thing.
I was going to say it's going to be Jungle Hawaii. That's going to be the name.
It could be.
Exactly.
So,
like, I wouldn't put it past him in the beginning.
Overall, general thoughts on this chapter.
You can go first, Trevor.
No, you can go first. I need to skip over the chapter again. I was so stupidly busy playing Pokemon. I wasn't paying attention to what you guys were talking about.
That's true.
Okay. I'll go first then. This is a pretty good chapter. I'm one of the things that I obviously really love JoJo is getting into like the actual mechanics of stand battles, and it seems like we're starting to get into it now with fighting. And I'm just, as of now, I'll call it Jungle Warfare. May or may not be the name. I'll just call it like that, being the enemy stand. That was fun getting into like more of that part of the stand battle, seeing more of what like the wires can do. Like hoisting JoJo up and like stitching the others together. Getting context for the lava rock was very interesting, and seeing how it all works, because it's a rock that it gathers treasures together, and it makes me curious as to like how it'll tie in, because it has to tie into rock humans, right? Like it has to.
Yeah, and the Rakakaka.
The Rakakaka. Yeah. I think all that stuff could mesh in together. And it makes me also curious as to why was Rohan studying that stuff? Why did he have all those? And what are the ramifications of JoJo shattering a couple of them?
Yeah, no, I mean overall this chapter, I liked it. I wouldn't say there's anything in this chapter that like wowed me.
Just consistently good.
It's the beginning of a stand fight. It's a different experience reading it monthly. I have a lot of manga that I read weekly, even more than I review on the channel with Kyle. I have a lot of manga that I follow weekly, and like that sucks enough, especially whenever it's a 2-week break. Reading this monthly is difficult because you get into it, and then like it's like, okay, now I gotta wait a month to read the next chapter, and so like it can make this like. I'm certain going back through and reading this, the pacing is going to be just fine. But just like naturally, I think with the month-long waits, the pacing feels a bit like, it's like, oh, I just wish something would happen. But like, I know it's the beginning of the fight, but it's an interesting thing of just, it's a side effect of having to read it monthly,
I think what we should do is after every like arc finish it. I mean, we don't even have to record on it, but just like we reread it at once and have like a discussion about it, like all at once.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah.
All right, Trevor.
So, Trevor.
General, what do you think?
Before we get into it.
Yeah. Okay. So, the main thing takeaway from this chapter, right, was the fact that like the lava rocks bring things of value towards itself, or at least that's what it appears it's doing, yeah. And that's what the characters think that it's doing. And what I think is going to happen is, because the word mechanism has been thrown out one too many times and been boldened. I mean, if we were reading the colored version, it would be bolded in red. Just because that's how it was for all of JoJoLands.
It's the flow of calamity. I'm going to
with the picture of
the flow of calamity.
I'm going
with
to
the picture of a mechanism beside it
with my teeth.
With spin, all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff. Right?
Stop this.
We don't talk about Valentine's speech.
But yeah. So what I think is gonna happen is it's going to be like, oh, it doesn't just pull things towards it. It is what is controlling the mechanisms, right? It's not mechanisms didn't bring JoJo to the lava rock. The lava rock is the mechanisms.
Okay, so it's not like an object that's like actively like. It's not like, okay, this
It's
lava rock
controlling more.
is like the center
No,
of the
there's two
mechanism.
things.
It's like the lava rock itself is the mechanism.
Yeah. Like a mechanism isn't the force that pulls JoJo to the rock. The mechanism is the rock. The rock is the mechanism.
But JoJo just happens across this mechanism. Or is there a wider mechanism pulling JoJo towards this mechanism?
I don't know, like, cause like I feel like it'll be a funny like way to like push this story. It's like, yeah, these mechanisms can do a lot, right? But like, coincidence is like the whole reason why the story took place.
Okay, so quick question. Since you guys have reread, like I have, it's been a hot minute since I've read Part 8, since like 2021.
Yeah.
They said that the Rakakaka were on like subtropical islands, right?
Yeah, it's the New Guinea.
Yeah, in the New Guineas.
Okay, in the New Guineas. Because I was thinking like maybe I forgot what they were. Because I was gonna say like maybe these rocks are from like the same type of location where the Rakakakas were, and like they could control things in a way akin to them, even though they're rocks compared to being fruit. But yeah.
I mean, theoretically, the Rakakakas could grow here. I mean, maybe this is like rock watermelon or something.
Yeah, maybe a different variant of the Rakakakas, or like how they had like the Lokakaka, like the liquid version of it. Maybe that somehow, through some mechanism, I know, crazy, wound up in Hawaii and affected some of like the surrounding area where it like got unleashed. I don't know. It seems like a very standard way of it, but like I'm just trying to piece it all together in my head right now.
Yeah. I mean, I like the idea. I mean, obviously there's some sort of mechanism at play somehow here. Yeah, I don't know, because like I don't know if like the rock itself is the mechanism, because like I don't know how a mechanism would be.
While you're
like,
talking about
physical.
that, I'm gonna read the dialogue.
Yeah. Like I don't know how how a mechanism itself could be physical, you know? Because mechanism is basically like flow or gravity or fate, right? That kind of thing.
But yeah, but like at the same time, right?
But it's like Wonder
like,
Review.
I don't mean as in like it's like crystallized mechanism. I mean it's like the same way as
Wonder Review. It's
Wonder
part of the
Review
Calamity.
was like the physical form of Calamity. Like that's
okay,
what
I
I'm
got
talking
you.
about.
I got you. Yeah. So this is just like the visual representation of the mechanism.
Yeah,
basically.
And there's-
it's the source
Okay, yeah.
of the mechanisms, not like two things being brought together.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
It
No,
is
yeah, I got you, I got
it
you.
is the cause, not an
Of
effect.
this.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we see it, you know, I'm looking at like some of the dialogue right now and how like it's able, you know, we saw it from last chapter, like it's able to like shift reality to attract these riches toward it. How like no one could hold the diamond and it always kept on slipping out, and it's going toward the rock that JoJo is holding. I'm sorry, I'm just examining more of the dialogue. Like, the diamond, bills, drawings aren't falling to the ground because we're being careless. It's not a coincidence or an accident. They're gathering toward that lava rock. They're coming back to it. The bills, they all belong to the mangaka. The lava rock, maybe we can make money with it. So yeah, then JoJo goes to grab it, and then, funny stand stuff begins.
Yeah. So before we fully get off of the rock.
Yeah.
So if this is like a physical manifestation of the mechanism, there were two of them. So do you like are there, so like there could be multiple, and maybe they like attract each other. And maybe this is gonna be like the funny Hazamada stand users attract each other. Lava rock mechanisms attract each other. And maybe that's
Exactly.
maybe that's
Well,
how
I mean,
like,
it could be that those two lava rocks were like from the same lava rock and they just broke apart.
Okay.
maybe
at
there's,
some
like, a
point in
big
time.
one that's like,
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Crazy theory
like,
time. Oh, sorry. Continue.
Okay. Okay, yeah, Rohan had a bigger lava rock that like broke apart, and then he realized that like, oh yeah, as these break apart, their abilities to control the mechanisms gets weaker, and so that's why he tried to like keep them like close together, so he would be
Mhm.
stuck with good fortune.
Okay. Hear me out. Crazy. Like, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm like Nick
all right,
Phoenix. I got a hunch here.
Stove's trying to
Stove is
start.
on. What if these rocks aren't actually just rocks, but they're all of these rocks are like these lava rocks are all from a rock human,
Like straight like a rock human corpse.
like a rock human broken to bits, and these are like the bits of it, and this is the power from that, like that rock human.
It could, because that's kind of what I was thinking, right? With Trevor, what you said, like being like part of a whole. Or I think it was Trevor said like part of a whole.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
there was like a
Yeah.
big original rock, what was it? And like then like you were saying too, like their power gets weaker. Like, is its power to attract fortune? Like its control over that mechanism.
Yeah, well,
Control over
think
the
about it.
mechanism, right? In quotation marks.
Dude,
Or-
it's the original Milagro man.
Dude,
That's who Sans it was. No
Dude.
freaking way.
No way, dude. Joshu really is in part 9. Finally.
'Cause, okay, 'cause here's the thing.
All of our prayers have been answered.
Here's the thing. The corpse in part 7, I mean, that just controlled,
What if this is
like,
the corpse of Rock
fortune.
Jesus?
we are.
Rock
humans
people
are-
have their own Jesus.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if it
I
was
don't,
true.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. I don't think so.
I'm just thinking like the corpse allowed you to control basically like fortune, like misfortune, fortune, like that type of stuff. Now there's part 8 had an embodiment of calamity, so maybe this is something similar where kind of like the corpse, not exactly, like there are different pieces but they all like do like the same thing, like how Brandon said, maybe they're all attracted toward each other because it's a rock human trying to like get back. I don't know. It's a weird theory, and there's not really much basis for it. But I'm just thinking, like, what if the reason it was acting like this wasn't because it's just a rock? Like the Lokaka, like those were living things. The unnamed corpse of part 7 was once a living thing. We don't know who it is, but it
no
was
clue
once a
who it
living
is.
thing. And so in part 9, maybe it's not that these are just normal rocks. So, even the stand arrows of part 5 had like an alien virus, like they had like living things attached to it. So maybe this is something similar where the lava rocks are originally like from a rock human. I don't know, just kind of like a weird theory.
I really hope that he doesn't go the it's an alien virus that causes stands.
No,
route
it's I
again.
don't think he is.
I hated that. That was so stupid. It's
I
such a
don't
it's such a cop out.
Dude, but
No,
it,
sorry,
but it
tangential.
ties directly into part 6 with the whole.
Did you hear about that?
Poochie saying whatever, where he does Anyways, so
No, like this is tangent. This is actual news where like I believe where like they found a meteorite and like an arrowhead was made from it in
Oh yeah, like in
the same
Ohio,
location.
right? Yeah.
in the same location as part 5.
no freaking.
Tangential, but I just
No,
wanted
like
to
they
bring that
found like an arrowhead like from a meteorite, like a meteorite that was like shaped like an arrowhead in like Ohio recently or something like that.
Dude,
up. Yeah.
do I?
I
do
thought
I
it was
have to go
found
to,
in.
what's a town in
No,
Ohio?
I'm pretty sure it was in the
Cincinnati?
States.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
sorry, that was
Yeah.
tangential to the main discussion. I just wanted to bring that up because it was funny.
So,
But
so
yeah.
I want
It was
to
funny, yeah,
present
yeah.
something here, right?
Okay.
So looking back to the original JoJo's universe, right? The two big funny words being fate, and then in part 6, gravity. And part 6, gravity is just it's fate, right? It's just another word for fate, right? We're on
Yeah.
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 So with part 7 and 8, the big thing was flow. Part 7 focusing on like the flow of luck or the flow of fortune. And then part 8 obviously being the flow of calamity, if you read between the lines, right? It wasn't too obvious about it in part 8. So now we have mechanisms, right? So this mechanisms, like, I think that it's just another word for flow, right? it's just another word for flow. So in my eyes, this rock has the flow of good fortune, like we saw in part 7. Now we know that there are areas of the earth that are like blessed. We saw this with the Devil's Palm from the Saint's Corpse in part 7, and then Morio itself is one of those, thanks to the power of the corpse, right? But there are also, I think, just other places that are blessed, just like by nature, because this is where rock humans like to gather. So theoretically, this stone is something from a blessed area that was blessed somehow, that has been imbued with the flow of good fortune.
Very well could be.
That's
it's not a bad theory.
That's my theory. I think we're gonna get tied back into flow, but I think he's gonna use the funny mechanism. I think we're gonna get the mechanism of good fortune. That's my little thought.
Imagine if flow.
No, he's going to use the power of his spin stand to use the mechanisms to create good fortune for himself and bad fortune for his enemies.
That's true, dude. I can't wait until the JoJo's becomes a gotcha stand.
Exactly. Dude, I can't wait for Hero Zappelli's great niece to teach JoJo how to use spin.
That's true, dude. What are you talking about?
And then they kiss.
Dude, Rai's already dead.
That would not be a
Spoilers!
niece. That's not what a niece is, my guy.
Dude.
The people watching this video haven't read Part 8, Brandon.
That no one.
Yeah, dude, we're the only 3 people who've ever read Part 8.
JOJOLand fans. We're the only 3 JOJOLand fans.
He wrote Radio Gaga to piss me off.
Dude, you not like Radio Gaga? Dude, I love Radio Gaga.
Dude,
Not a
Guardrails,
huge
I love
fan of it.
We got to see Joseph.
Dude, I love
We got to
Guardrails.
see
Dude, they're my
Lucy.
favorite.
Dude, dude, I don't know if you guys caught this. Toru was there. I don't know if you guys caught that.
No.
Toru, not
What?
Toru, not
Toru
Toru,
was there.
Toru, not Toru. Anyway.
Not Lang.
He was the guardrail.
No way. Dude, it's almost like, dude, that was a calamitous event. Wait a second. Guys.
No.
God,
What?
did you notice in chapter 1 that JoJo has a cousin named Yoshikage Kira? Dude, why is no one talking about this? This is a big deal.
Anyway.
All right, so the other big thing that happened in this chapter is
the start
the
of the
little
sand
fight.
fighting.
So,
Yeah.
quote unquote jungle warfare is operating like we saw it last time. It's the string, it's the cat, it ties on good, and you can't really cut it. And it presents our heroes with a little bit of a challenge, and here we get to see November Rain be used again. And so we already kind of talked about this a little bit. What exactly do you think November Rain is doing here?
Well, here, let's see, because at first we see Paco and Dragona getting basically stitched together, kind of gruesome. Yeah. And then I'm looking through some of the fighting.
Kinda hot.
Dude, I wish I could get stitched to a hot guy. What?
Yeah, so Usagi's not there.
Yeah, bro, evacuate. He's used his stand at King. I'm gonna stop talking.
Yeah. So JoJo's like, guys, get underneath me. Get underneath. I'm gonna use November Rain, and then he rains, and this is a really good panel of them just under November Rain. I like that panel a lot. So then, what it seems to be doing is okay. So I'm trying to decipher what it's doing. I think it's making the string. Wait.
So we have a couple clues here.
Hold on.
Where JoJo goes, draw in your legs, get right underneath me, November Rain. So whenever I first read this, I initially thought that it was creating a barrage of sharp rain around the radius to cut the strings. And that is kind of what it looks like, but at the same time, you can see in the big panel that the raindrops are hitting everywhere on the ground. So it's fully raining under November Rain. And we know that they are under November Rain. It's also odd because you have the string that's holding JoJo up that isn't cut. So I guess that string is going through November Rain. So, I mean, would that mean that the string is more of a physical object since it can go through November Rain?
No, he says so. The wire.
Well, I see,
really
like-
is a stand.
Well, I mean, so either, it's just weird perspective thing, and November Rain is like in front of the wire. But like, I don't think that's the case, because like, if you're looking at the panel, right, and this is not going to make any sense to the viewers at home, right, unless you're also looking directly at the panel. It's page 25, by the way. You can see that the raindrops hit the tree trunk, where it comes out there, and that where that would like be would imply that like, yeah, this is going like straight through November Rain. And so now we have to ask ourselves, is November Rain phasing through the string, or is the string phasing through November Rain?
If I had to guess, November Rain phasing through the string. It's also the thing of, I think it has to be going through November Rain, because if it was behind him, then it would be it would be getting hit by part of the rain. And then if it was hit by the rain, then it would just be like the others, where we can see like, it gets kind of like cut away a bit, and then like it dissipates. And I guess with Dragona and, well, no, because okay, so Dragona and Paco are still sewed together on the final page,
and JoJo is still strung up. I think what it was doing there
doesn't fully affect everything.
I think what it was doing is raining, because if you look at page 24, you'll see that like they're already being stitched together, and then there's excess string around them about to attack. And I think that's what JoJo is like using his stand to rain on top of. Because then you see on page 26, there's like loose string that hits the ground, then fades away, and then it says that wire really is a stand. Like the string that's already loose.
Because the rain like chopped it. It hit it really hard because it weighs so much. It's heavy rain.
I think there's like different wires that are attacking them, and I think like for the wire that's already stitched into them, like it's there, because in the last panels, like they're still stitched. But for the loose wire that's about to attack them, I think that's what gets weighed down and dissipates.
So then, can November Rain like control the weight of the rain in different areas? Because like I'm pretty certain that Paco and Dragona here are getting rained on.
Yeah, I think
no,
so
I don't
too.
think so.
Well, I mean, but if you look at the panel, the big funny November Rain panel, you can look on the ground, and rain is hitting all over the ground.
Yeah, all around.
Yeah,
them.
but
then
not,
at the same
they're
time,
under. It's not going to go through. Like it's not going to hurt JoJo at all, because like that's how stands work. Like a third of the time, is like you can't hurt yourself. And so because of that, them being under him, it's like it's not going to go all the way through him and then hit them, and he knows that. That's why he told them to get under him, so they wouldn't get hit at all.
So maybe November Rain like doesn't rain under its body? Does maybe November Rain only rain from the legs?
No, it is being like, I mean, you can see there are lines coming out from like the bottom of its
Maybe it doesn't like
chest. So like it's like it's fully raining, like that entire area under it is being rained down on, but JoJo is like fully covering them, or at least that's what is like supposed to be happening.
Implying,
right?
yeah.
That could I like that, because JoJo says, "Draw on your legs, get right underneath me," not underneath my stand, right underneath.
Yeah,
me.
get underneath me. And then everything else, like they're being partially protected, and then it's the wires that are like outside of where he's trying to protect them that are getting hit.
Yeah. So I don't really know. I think November Rain's ability is still a bit of a mystery. But I think, if nothing else, it can't hurt JoJo. It can affect other stands. So the rain can affect both physical things and stands. So it's not like just physical rain, it's stand rain.
Brandon, when has a stand ever rained before?
Like 3 times so far.
Yeah. Tusk Act 4.
Like
idiot.
once every other chapter.
It's true.
I'm in other JoJo parts. There's not a stand that can make it rain. Oh shit.
And then also theoretically, whenever the rain hits the wires, it like
Wired?
they
No,
they
freaking
dissipate. So
Yeah,
if you
no, they
like
just-
maybe if you are able to damage or like cut the wires somehow, they go away. So like maybe Dragona will use smooth operators to try to cut the wires, like stitching.
Or-
them
Yeah,
to
yeah. Well, I
Paco.
mean, like,
That or Paco's just gonna vibrate real good and just break free.
use his muscles.
it's hard to
untie
tell, like, where exactly they are stitched together, right? Because the way that they're stitched together, right, is Paco's arm is stitched to Dragona's abdomen, and I thought there was another. They were stitched together in another place too.
I think it's just the one place because.
I don't remember.
Oh no! Paco's arm to his abdomen, and then I think it was just tightening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
my
that's
thought
the
was,
only
like,
place.
If there was a second one that had, stitched them together, but it wasn't like all the way in, and that got cut. Like it was showing us that as soon as it gets cut, it gets like dissolved, right? But we never see it fully, like partially in and then get cut. The ones that like fall off are
Yeah. I think it's interesting. We can also see maybe November Rain, like, at least for right now, JoJo can't control who under it is affected. Because like he can't
he
say
doesn't-
like Dragona isn't going to be affected, Paco isn't going to be affected. Like it affects everyone but him, theoretically. I think
That or
that's interesting.
JoJo is really strong and he's just taking the weight.
That or JoJo just
No,
wanted
no,
to
we need
just wanted to troll him a little bit.
We need JoJo to learn about spin from Gyro Zappelli's great niece,
She hot?
named probably
Heroine Zappelli.
Gyrorina Zappelli, yeah.
Yeah, Heroine Zappelli.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you know what we need? We need like an actual moment where JoJo's like, hey, here's what my stand fully does.
My name's Judy.
Yeah, we need to finish this arc so Araki will give us one of those quick little like
Yeah, the
things
little
at the end of the
stand
chapter
thing,
that gives the description of the stand.
Exactly.
What
That's
if he gives it
that's
to
all
us
we
though and
need.
it just says November rain rains in
Makes
November?
things heavy. Like, we know what the other
Most
stands
useless
do.
stand.
We know what the other stands do. We know what the Mate Kudasai does. We know what the Hustle does, and we know what Smooth Operators does, and we have like enough concrete examples to make better judgments of it. Like we know we know some of the extents of muscle control. With this, it's still way too loose to define exactly what November Rain can do. Which
See, I don't think Araki fully knows what November Rain can do. He's like,
bro's
I'll,
right.
I'll figure it out later.
I mean, that's been like one of the big things in JoJo. In every JoJo part, there's always at least like one stand that feels like, okay, its rules are a bit wishy-washy. And I hope that's not the case in November Rain, because right now, the idea, at least from how I interpret it, seems simple. It makes raindrops that can like make things heavy. It's a cool idea.
I think he's trying to prevent writing himself into a corner by making the stand too powerful. And I feel like as time goes on, like we are going to have a steady ramp up of power, like similar to Tusk.
Yeah.
As opposed to, oh no, it's just already the most powerful stand in the verse, and like as soon as we get to the very end of the part, and I introduce like a new stand that's even more powerful, and I just like replace it with the stand that's even more powerful, which is exactly what happened in part 8.
Couldn't be part 8.
I think
Part
he's
8.
trying not to do that. I feel like he's gonna try to have a steady and increase in power.
That or
Bro wrote
just
plunder and said, "Oh no."
Yeah, he's trying not to do that again.
yeah.
Yeah, if nothing else, November Rain probably isn't as broken as Base Soft and Wet.
I kind of want to go back to like part 6 vibes of where the main character's ability doesn't just
It's
change.
a woman. That's crazy.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
So you don't want a woman
No.
protagonist in JoJo's, Kyle?
We're not gonna get another JoJo part. It's gonna be the last one.
Oh, you're saying that
Dude,
he's
I
gonna
can't
die
wait.
after this?
No. Our favorite protagonist, Gyro Zappelli, is going to have his great niece in the verse again.
Added
We're gonna-
a great
we're gonna have
each
a
time.
love
That's a really
story.
good bit.
Like, look, right?
No, it was for the first time, and then it was during the first time, for the second time, and that one was still 4 again.
Oh, okay.
Look,
I'm sorry.
look,
Because I missed a count.
Look. Moments like JoJo getting time stop, Tusk Act 4. I love a lot of those moments. The GER's, awakening to the funny, you'll never run the truth. I like those moments. But I do like it a bit more when the protagonists win not through an increase of ability in the end, but through just, like, creatively applying their powers. In November Rain, begrudgingly,
to the villain's head getting run over by an ambulance.
That's true.
begrudgingly, November Rain
All I'm
will
saying,
probably
Crazy
have
Diamond
some sort of
didn't
evolution.
crush Kira's skull. Therefore, Crazy Diamond is weaker than an ambulance.
Disagree. Cope harder.
That's right. I forget you're a fan of lame Josuke.
Anyway,
He's not lame. He can still walk.
That's so.
Begrudgingly-
Sorry, I was thinking of Johnny. I was thinking of lame Jonathan.
November Rain. Oh man, it's gonna have some sort of evolution, right? Like November Rain's gonna have a power up. I'm fully accepting that, but for
Dude,
now,
if November Rain ends up being an act stand, that'll blow me away. Like something I was not expecting at all. Dude,
if it
it's
were
like
an
it's like
act stand.
November Rain evolves, becomes December Rain. No freaking
No
way.
I hope it's somewhere in between, like the early stages of Tusk and like Plunder in terms of like strength, because it seems like a good stand. I just hope that it has good limitations, because that's limitations breeds creativity, and clearly in part 8, Araki forgot that message when he wrote Plunder.
All right.
I mean, it'd be cool if he like ends up changing like what November Rain does, and like instead of
retcon?
being like, oh yeah, it makes it well not a retcon, just like the like how it gets more powerful.
Yeah, like how the
and
bubbles
like
aren't
he makes
bubbles.
it. Yeah. He makes it so where it's like, oh yeah, like November Rain, you can apply spin and you can spin it and spin it really, the rain drops really fast and it turns it to a gas, and so have November Steam.
That's
And
true.
you just boil people to death. It'll be really funny, I think.
That'd be really good. No, there's already a boiling stand. Can't do it again.
What boiling stand?
The stand, the random water boiling stand that Foo Fighters uses once in part 6. That is a separate stand.
Oh, the one that
Yeah,
the one
that just boils water.
That Foo Fighters dies to, because Foo Fighters gets that stand and then
Boiling
instantly
water
dies. That's really funny.
Yeah, so no way. Is that November Rain's Base Universe counterpart?
Bathe the universe.
Base Universe?
Didn't know you had a lisp there, bud.
Dude, I have a thetisp. Alright. Hypothetical to end the episode.
All right, what's your hypothetical?
What if every month, so this is a monthly series, right? Every month,
Yeah.
a new chapter of JoJoLands comes out, and November Rain is called according to the month. There is no they never address
context.
it. They never address it in universe. they just everyone just
I
thinks
wish-
it's the
I
most
wish that's what
natural
they
thing in
did.
the world.
That would be hilarious. It's like depending on the month, the state can do different stuff. So it's like November Rain, basic November Rain. December Rain. Okay, now it does snow.
January rain
know-
is hail.
You know what? No,
February
hold on.
rain is depression.
Hold on. Two things. One, that would be an interesting way to have the power change. Like if it went to like different ways. Like instead
No,
of
but
rain,
like
it has
no
to
one
snow.
ever acknowledges it.
No,
And
I don't
like,
mean in, like
say
the way
like
you're
you
describing
say
it.
like it rains with November rain one chapter, the next chapter, and it's snowing, and they reference last chapter like it's snowing, and any flashbacks that occur use the power of that month's November rain.
Like what if
we're flashing back to March rain in May, it's using the power of May rain. It's never addressed in the series. It's just how it is. What would you guys do?
like bit aside, I do like that idea of like what if it changes from rain onward. Also, to answer your question, I would hate it.
All right. Pesquessel rain.
Dude, we can have our first 12-act stand.
Dude,
Be
no
so
way.
cool.
Boy, 12 of a power like the Hinokami Kagura from Demon Slayer. All right.
I have
No.
I have
All right.
one
If
last
you're
Well,
this
like,
far in the
the
video,
months
obviously
of-
there's
Hold on,
something you
hold
like.
on,
So
hold
make sure to leave a
What are you
like, subscribe, and leave a
talking about?
comment
I was
telling us what
obviously
your
talking
favorite
about
part
the
of this
months
chapter
of
was.
the year.
Thank you all for
Why
watching. I hope you
Why did you?
enjoyed.
Why
We'll see
would
you
why
all
would I
next time.
talk about
Recorded
Bye-bye.
when
Demon Slayer?